Mindful Life Practice community.
All right, so we're going to come to our seated shape. You can sit either on the mat or up on a bolster. And we're going to practice a little meditation on the chakras. We're going to move through a journey that's going to balance all 7 of the chakras. And so we're going to start with our palms on our sacrum. I lied. We're not putting them on the sacrum. We're putting them near the root. So the root chakra is the color red. And the affirmation is, I am grounded. Bring the palms up to the sacrum. The sacral chakra is the color orange. The affirmation here is, I go with the flow. So first we plant firmly in our roots. And then we let go. Let's bring our palms up towards the core, the solar plexus. This is the powerhouse of the body. The affirmation here is, I am empowered. Walk the hands up to the heart. The affirmation here is I forgive myself and others. Palms on the throat. I am authentically me. Take the palms up to the third eye. I trust my intuition. And the last one, we'll take the palms up onto the crown of the head. And the affirmation here is, I am connected. And then we'll move our bodies a little bit. So taking the palms to either side. Leave the right palm where it is. Lift the left arm up overhead. Breathe into the left side body. And then lift the arms all the way up. And then we'll stretch the other way, landing the left palm, reaching the right arm over to the left. And lift the arms all the way up. Big breath in with the arms. And then we'll rotate over to the right, land the left palm on the right thigh, land the right fingertips behind you, gaze over the right shoulder. And take the arms all the way up, big breath in. And then we'll rotate the other way. And we'll take the arms all the way up, big stretch, inhale. Take the palms into the heart center. Let's come over onto the hands and the knees. And just move through a few cat-cows before we come into our first of our yin poses. It's going to be child's pose. So after a few cat-cows, we're going to take our knees wide. Sit the hips back on the heels. Rest at the forehead. Just snuggle into your shape, snuggle into your stillness. So the root chakra is associated with safety, stability, security, self-preservation, grounding, and emotional needs. When it's imbalanced, we might feel impatient or angry, have a short temper, feel stubbornness, greediness, fear and insecurity, inability to focus. Some affirmations that can work for this chakra. I'm safe. I'm secure. I am strong. I release my fears. I am grounded. I will be taken care of. Good. Take a few more breaths in your child's pose. And then we're just going to gently make our way up. Good. Coming all the way over. And then just bring soles of feet together. Taking a breath in. And then we're going to walk our hands forward. Just kind of hinge forward. Maybe you support yourself with blocks. So the second chakra is the sacral chakra. And it's associated with pleasure, with sensation, with creativity, with confidence, with wellness, with sensuality, with abundance. When it's out of balance, we might feel like we're lacking creativity. We might feel codependency. Might feel low confidence. Daydreaming. Overpowering emotions. Unsuccessful relationships. Anxiety. Addictions. Some healing affirmations can be, I am creative. I am confident. I am strong and attractive. I'm worthy of pleasures. Good. Take a few more breaths in your butterfly. And then just come all the way up, closing the knees in. And we're going to come onto our navel. And then just support ourselves into a Sphinx pose, coming onto our hips, landing the elbows, lifting the heart. So this is our solar plexus. It's about self-belief. Self-confidence. Personal growth. Transformation. And self-development. When it's out of balance, we might feel indecisive, low self-confidence, low self-esteem. Might have a need to control people. Passing judgment on others. Struggling with our eating habits. Affirmations might be, I'm strong and courageous. I'm honest in my relationships. I take charge of my life. I'm capable of achieving my goals. Take a few more breaths. And then we're just going to roll down and land our forehead onto the palms. And then we're just going to come all the way up. We're going to move into our next pose. So come all the way into a child's pose. Not child's pose, I lied. Come up into a table. I'm going to give you an option with yoga blocks and then one without. Okay, so we're coming into puppy pose. So option one, without the blocks, you can just walk your hands forward and lower your head. And then if you would like a shoulder stretch, like I would like, I'm going to place my elbows onto my blocks and then just lower the forehead down. So the heart chakra is the home of unlimited love, unlimited compassion, kindness, forgiveness. When it's out of balance, we can't let go. We have issues with trust. We suppress our feelings. We have anger, resentment. We might hold grudges. We might seek revenge. Trouble in giving love, trouble in receiving love. Feelings of jealousy, feelings of anger, feelings of hurt. Fear of commitment. Some affirmations could be, I love myself. I don't live in the past. I don't worry about the future. I open my heart to giving and receiving. And let's stay there for a few more breaths. And then just come all the way up. Good. We're going to come all the way down onto the mat, but we're going to use our yoga block. And we're going to take a supported fish pose. So you might want to come onto your block. And basically the block is just going to be underneath the tips of the shoulder blades. And then you'll lower your heart, drop the back of your head, open through the throat chakra. If this doesn't suit you, if it doesn't feel good for you, I know I was talking to Matt in yoga teacher training the other day, and he said it just doesn't work for him. Speaking of Matt, it just occurred to me, I don't think he's in the WhatsApp group that I just gave him a shout out in today. I was like, weird that Matt didn't respond to that message where I gave him a shout out. Matt responds to everything. I don't think I ever added him to that group. So there we go. I'll add him. So this is the throat chakra, and it's associated with purity of thought and action, power of speech, expression, communication. When it's out of balance, we can have pessimistic thoughts, engage in gossip and criticism. You might have a weak voice. You might have a strong voice. You might have an inability to listen carefully, or an inability to speak our minds. You might interrupt people while talking. You might be anxious. You might be arrogant. Some healing affirmations could be, I'm a good listener. I'm the seeker of truth. I speak without fear. I'm not intimidated by the world. Take a few more breaths where you are. And you're going to gently lift off and come all the way onto your back. Give yourself a moment to just reset. And then for the next pose, we're going to come up and tuck the toes under and sit the hips back on the heels, my favorite. And there's ways to modify this. So you can be sitting on a block, you can be sitting on a bolster, you don't have to have your toes tucked under. I personally really like this stretch because it helps with my soles of my feet. And then as we do this, we're going to take eagle arms. We're going to open the arms and thread the right arm under the left. You know, I've said this before, but after the pandemic, I wore my work shoes for like a day. And I was like, what the heck have I been doing all these years to my feet, to my poor little feet? I've been wearing shoes that do not properly support my feet in the name of fashion. And I wore my work shoes for, I want to say maybe a week. I can't even remember. It wasn't long. And at my school, we're not supposed to wear Birkenstocks. It's against the dress code. And I was just like, F it. I'm wearing Birkenstocks. And actually, no one said anything to me the entire year, which is shocking. But I wore Birkenstocks, and I wore Birkenstocks with no back. And then all day I was barefoot in my class. I never wore shoes around. Because our feet, they are so important and they're so connected to our whole bodies. And I don't think we realize that. But if we're wearing the wrong shoes for years, it's going to affect us all the way up to our traps muscles and everywhere in between. Anyway, I've successfully gone on a total tangent that is not at all about what we're doing, which is the third eye chakra. And the third eye chakra is the gateway to knowledge and wisdom, intuition, clairvoyance, clairsentience. When it's out of balance, we can have weak intuition. We can feel selfish, poor imagination, inability to relax under stressful situations. Let's unwind the arms. And then we're going to take them the other way. You can also have difficulty sleeping. Can be paranoid, confused about ourselves, disgruntled with life in general. Some healing affirmations. I'm a divine being. I trust my intuition. I'm the pure witness. I'm the pure awareness. Take a few more breaths. And then we're just going to unwind and we're going to pedal out the feet. I have these chakra pages, which are a complete and total mess. Oh, here we are. This is what I'm looking for, the Crown Chakra. So for our last pose, we're going to come into our Shavasana. And bring your way into whatever shape is going to support you to integrate this practice. I'm just getting the charger because my computer is dying. The Crown Chakra. This is an interesting one because most people have their Crown Chakra blocked. It's at the top of the head. And we believe that we're disconnected from others when it's out of balance. Once it's opened, the individual limited consciousness merges and becomes one with the supreme cosmic consciousness. So some healing affirmations might be, I'm one with the universe. I have access to my higher self. I'm the being of divine light. I'm infinite consciousness bliss. Stay here for a few more breaths. Just resting into stillness. And know that I'm going to bring you back when the time is up. Ishkavamabu Lela, 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 Ishkavamabu Lela. Give your fingers and toes a little wake up wiggle. Running a nice long stretch, fingers all the way through toes. Curling the knees into the chest, giving your body a sweet little hug. Nice. And then just make your way up to your seated shape. Gathering the palms at the heart center. We close with our intention. It's an ancient intention, but it's the original intention. Passed from heart to heart through thousands of years. And it's that our practice remain steady and our efforts remain continuous, and that our yoga serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May all beings be safe and happy and healthy and free. May the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. And so we'll finish with an Om sound, and we will inhale and exhale, and then inhale through to make the Om. So taking a big breath in, big breath out, big breath in. Thank you so much for joining, sharing the space in the practice. Light in me, it sees and it honors the light in you. Thank you, thank you.